Okay, so I had to move locations because an incident just happened and I'm about to beat the living holy shit out of people. So I had to refrain myself and get some composure. So some of the white critics call Chris Rock a racist, but the comedian defends and invokes an old argument, but he can't be racist because he's black, while others can debate whether a Rock is racist or not. The reaction on his memes raises a bigger question. Why can't blacks be racist? So before I go any further with that, fuck yes, black people can be racist. Fuck yes, black people are racist. I've been the victim of most of my racial insults have come from black people. So yeah, black people can be racist. Being mixed is not fun, and a lot of my racial tension has come more from blacks than whites. So yeah, black people can be racist. The popular belief that people of color can't be racist because they don't have enough power. Racism is taking its thinking goes to transcend the prejudice and the system of advanced basis on race of people. And colors don't have institutional power to oppress others. That's bullshit too. But Ibram X. Kennedy systematically demolishes the notion that his prerogative new book, How Anti-Racist Kennedy is a Lean Man, has long dreads, and I have no idea who this guy is. Western history says the notion that black people can't be racist is tainted by racism itself. Like every other racist idea, the powerless defense undermines black people and over extremes white people. Kennedy says Kennedy's new book is essential to reading for everyone trying to figure out why racism remains such a destructive force in American life. Because no one wants to do shit about it, for one. The arguably, but no better commended race of American today. Kennedy's previous book stamped from the beginning on non-national board. He also founded the director of anti-racism research at the Policy Center of American University in 2019. This word I can't pronounce, so I'm going to spell it out for you. Guggenheim, fellow. The new book, Kennedy explains why there is no middle ground between being a racist and someone who says, I am not a racist. Why Americans are trained to see the differentiations of people instead of the policy of why he fears the second term President Trump. CNN with Kennedy talk about the book, excuse me. I'm pissed off, I can't read right now. The interview had been edited clearly, bitterly. You say your book has no one to claim to not be racist because there is no middle ground between being a racist and an anti-racist. What do you mean? I think the people understand that the people who are actively supporting racist policies, I think the people will also understand the people who are actively supporting anti-racist policies and how they are anti-racist. But what about the people who literally are doing nothing? The status quo, what is mainstream racial inequality, So they literally do nothing and face the status quo and to essential support of the status quo. It's just like, for an instance, a slaveholder wanting people in the North to do and face slavery. I don't know what the hell that means. Which was nothing. You also say that hating white people becomes, in the end, hating black people becomes. How does that work? Okay, so this shit's a little long. You have white people who are in a position of power and shape the politics, and then you have everyday white people who should be focused on. Should we see those people in position of power as pretty much the same ordinary white people? I'm saying no, we should not. Specifically those whites who are in the position of power, who are using the power to defend institutional racism, racist policies. They are source of the racist problem. Focus on the efforts of any white person who says something or does something. What the hell was it? something to oppose the white power position. We need to take focus on those people in a position of power, taking focus off of the source of the problem. By taking the focus off the source of the problem, we allow the problem to fester. And by allowing the problem to fester, we make the lives of black people worse. That's how hating white people becomes intimate, ultimately hating black people. Why do you think black people can be racist as well? You heard of the argument that people of color can't be racist because none of them have institutional power. So generally white people say I'm not a racist, and black people say I can't be racist because... Okay, so I see where this is going. You guys can read the rest of this shit. It's on CNN.com. I'm a little bit pissed off, so I can't really go into what I really wanted to go into on that. But it does touch on the richest people in the world in 1790 were having a conversation about Haiti becoming a free black republic in 1804. The people would have said impossible. Haiti is mostly prohibited colony in the world. There is no way the French or any other European power would allow Haiti to be lost to freedom. If someone said someone named Barack Hussein Obama, would become president of the United States, the people would have said that was impossible. Well, one thing about America, we love doing the impossible. Okay, that's a good one, Fat Joe. I'll have to read that later. But for those who are watching, Fat Joe makes a compelling case that every Latino is black, and the reactions will surprise you. I'm pretty sure you probably pissed off a lot of people with that, Fat Joe. Good job. There's a hair lash on my phone there. So, if you've gotten through this part, of course, now my web ability is gone and there's a fly on me. I hate filming outside. Unless I'm actually making a martial art video, I hate filming outside. So let me make my distinctive point now, while everything in a mama's falling at me. People of color can be racist. People of color have been racist. People of color are racist. People of non-color can be racist. People of non-color are racist. Everyone can be racist and prejudiced, and it's just a matter of point of view or perspective. It's kind of the same thing as, I like to say, a truthful lie. And I know you're thinking, what the hell does that mean? Okay, so the 100% of the truth is that point of view and perspective is everything. So when I tell people that I'm going to give you 99.9, it's because I can only give you the 99% of my point of view and how I feel about it. It does not make it no less the truth, but it doesn't make it the whole entire truth. Because you cannot really, honestly, truly give everybody the whole truth, because a lot of people just can't handle it. And secondly, it's perspective. Right now, the sun is shining, I'm in a shady spot, and I'm filming. But I could be doing that while it's nighttime where you are. So you would not know if I'm telling you the truth. And I'm also either a day ahead or a day behind you wherever you're watching this at. If you're watching this in the Philippines, it's Sunday night there. Or it's about to be Monday morning legally because it's 2 a.m. But if you're in America and you're on the West Coast, which is 3 hours behind us, so it's like 11 a.m. there. So they're just waking up and getting their day started. Where here it's 2 p.m. and my day is practically over. If I was at work, I would be either just going to work or just getting off. It just depends on the shift that falls on what I'm doing. Now, the thing with that, that's your point of view. It is 2:02 in the p.m. here. All right, I looked at my phone. It's 2:02. Now, The thing about that is, wherever it is in your country, when you're watching this, if you're watching this, you would think that I am lying, but I said it's 2:02 here. 2:02 in the PM. Now, since I'm in Virginia, I can only tell you what's going on around me, which you can pretty much hear because you're out here with me in the nature. Alright? And if I was to tell you I'm sitting here in a storm, that would be the biggest lie ever seen. Now, there could be a sun shower, but I have a computer, and I really don't want that to get wet or destroyed, so therefore it would be a lie. But luckily for you, I'm not into telling lies, and I'm out here in a shady spot on a sunny day at approximately 2:03 in the afternoon. Now, racism, prejudice, and bigotry, they all go hand in foot. And the problem is that no one in America really wants to deal with it unless somebody famous touches on it, or unless somebody famous talks about it. Because other than that, it's not happening. And everybody wants to put racism behind them. My city of Charlottesville brought that shit back to the forefront over some goddamn statues, which they still have not moved. Which, by law, they have gone through the song and dance over the last 4 months on why they can't move, won't move, and aren't going to move. So everybody that got all in the uproar about these damn statues that don't hurt nobody, and they're still pissed off, and they're still fighting, and they're still having courts about this goddamn statue, they tend to forget that a young lady, an anti-racist protester, lost her life. That's what they should be focusing on. Fuck the statues. Birds shit on the statues every day. That should be honor enough for everybody who thinks the statues are going to jump off and ride up the hollering the word nigger, or chief, or chink, or spick, or gook. Now, the statues do not have voice boxes. The statues do not have a microphone-induced voice box with some racist dude behind the controls saying, all right, at 4 o'clock every day, we're going to have this shout out the words nigger. At 5 o'clock every day, we're going to have this thing shout out the words chink. At 6, we're going to go spicks. At 7, we're going to go nigger lovers. At 8, we're going to go spick lovers. At 9, we're going to go chinks. At 10, we're going to go chaps. At 11, we're going to go gooks. And we're going to keep going. And we got somebody in the back in a closet somewhere. He's going to be on a microphone. And he's going to be talking all this shit. That's not happening. A young lady died over these fucking statues. A young man threw his life away by plowing his car through a bunch of fucking people, black and white alike. And he has to spend the rest of his life in jail if the federal court doesn't decide to fuck him and just say, okay, you know what? Fuck restitutions. Fuck what you've done. Your ass is going straight to the slammer, and then we're going to lethal inject your ass, and it's going to be done. But that does not change the fact that his actions have had the fatal consequences of a person dying. Statues are still standing, and all it did is put us right back to where we needed to not be in the first place, which was y'all racist assholes is fighting over a statue. You want to fight racism? Here's how you do it. Stop. Stop fighting it. Accept it. Talk about it. Deal with it. And racism will not fizzle. It'll still be there, but it'll be more understanding because we, the people, will learn that we need to all sit down and talk. I'll make a second video. Well, third video, technically.